Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've seen my fair share of blockbuster trades, game-changing signings, and front office maneuvers that shake the very foundation of the NFL. But let me tell you something. What is unfolding right now, this very moment, is unlike anything I've ever witnessed. An unprecedented storm is brewing, one that could redefine the landscape of the league within days. And I guarantee you, what's happening behind closed doors, in the shadows of Detroit and Charlotte, is far bigger than anyone outside the inner circle could ever imagine. I've got sources, credible, insider, high-level sources, telling me that an explosive trade deal is being negotiated as I speak. A move so massive, so audacious, that it could send shockwaves across the NFL. All of this, I promise you, is rooted in a secret so hidden that only a select few in NFL front offices are even aware it exists. A secret that could alter the future of a franchise, the career of a player, and the balance of power within the NFC. But here's the thing, I can't say everything outright just yet. That's why you need to stay tuned, smash that subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and like this video right now. Because I'm about to reveal what's really happening, what the insiders are whispering about, and why this trade could be the biggest in recent NFL history. And trust me, if you're a true football fanatic, you don't want to miss a second of what's coming. Only those who are in the know will fully grasp the scope of this game-changing move. You're either in or you're out, so get ready to dive deep into the underworld of NFL trades like never before. Now, let's start peeling back the layers of this mystery. Because beneath the surface, the Detroit Lions are quietly orchestrating something that could elevate them to a new level, a level where they're no longer just contenders, but outright favorites to contest for the Super Bowl. And at the heart of this storm is a player whose name you're going to hear more than ever in the coming days, Chuba Hubbard. You see, the Lions aren't just making a move to patch up a weakness. They're rewriting their entire offensive DNA. And I'm telling you, the whispers I've uncovered point to something extraordinary. But first, let's dissect where Detroit is right now, their strengths, their weaknesses, and what they desperately need to push into that championship echelon. The Lions, under Dan Campbell, have built a resilient, gritty culture. They've got a talented quarterback in Jared Goff, who finally got the respect he deserves, especially after that incredible playoff run in 2024. Their defense, superbly coached by Aaron Glenn, has flashes of brilliance, but their offense, that's where the cracks have been showing lately. Despite the high-powered running game they boasted in 2024, the 2025 season exposed some vulnerabilities. Daniel Jones' injury and subsequent struggles at QB left a void that no other position could fill. They lacked a consistent, game-breaking rushing option. Jahmyr Gibbs is talented, no doubt, but he's more of a scatback than a true feature back. Their ground game often lacked the punishing power needed in those high-leverage situations. They needed someone who could carry the load on those 3rd and 1s, who could break tackles, and who could stretch defenses vertically. And what about the analytics? The numbers tell a compelling story. Detroit's run-blocking efficiency dipped in the second half of the season, and their yards after contact numbers ranked just outside the top 5 in the league. A sign that they're missing that extra gear, that formidable presence that can physically impose on defenses. Their drop in rushing efficiency in crunch time was evident. When the chips are down, you need a back who can grind out pivotal yards, keep defenses honest, and extend drives with consistency. And here is where Chuba Hubbard's name emerges as the perfect solution, almost too perfect to ignore. Now, think about the roster composition. The Lions have the weapons on the outside, with Jahmyr Gibbs emerging as a versatile threat, but they need someone who can be the bell cow, the absolute focal point of their rushing attack. And who better than a rising star like Hubbard, who since entering the league has shown flashes of that power, burst, and receiving capability that modern NFL offenses crave. His development in Carolina demonstrates he's not just a one-trick pony. He's evolving rapidly into a versatile, dynamic back that fits precisely what Detroit needs. But here's where things get even more real, the trade mechanics. How could a move like this happen? The Lions, as of January 22, 2026, are sitting on a surprisingly healthy cap space, thanks to some creative restructuring last offseason. Carolina, meanwhile, is in a different position. They're rebuilding, looking to get maximum value for Hubbard before his market value peaks. Imagine the scene. Detroit offering a mix of draft picks, a second-rounder and a future mid-round pick, possibly even a conditional that escalates if Hubbard hits certain milestones in Detroit's system. Carolina, desperate to capitalize on Hubbard's recent surge, might be looking for a veteran linebacker or a proven receiver in return, perhaps even a player swap that helps both sides. And let's not forget the salary cap gymnastics. Hubbard's current extension with Carolina runs through 2028, with a cap hit around $8.9 million per year. Detroit has the flexibility to absorb that, especially if they move some smaller contracts or add a small restructure here and there. The trade could be a win-win. Lions get their blueprint RB1, Panthers get vital assets for their rebuilding project. Now, why does this fit so perfectly? Because the Lions' scheme under Campbell and new OC Drew Petzing emphasizes a balanced attack, and Hubbard's skill set, his vision, his explosiveness, and his pass-catching ability makes him an ideal fit on that offense. Just look at his film from 2025. When he hits the open field, his acceleration out of cuts, his ability to break tackles, and his patience behind the line of scrimmage all scream playoff caliber running back. Advanced metrics even show that Hubbard's yards after contact increased by nearly 15% from 2024 to 2025, a clear sign of his growing strength and confidence. And here's what's truly shocking. Sources close to the Lions' front office have been whispering about a game-changing move. A move that would send shockwaves across the league. And I've confirmed that the internal discussions include the potential to make Hubbard the centerpiece of Detroit's offense immediately, transforming the entire team's identity. This isn't just a trade, it's a franchise-defining moment. Those close to the Lions' hierarchy believe that Hubbard's arrival could elevate their offense into a top-5 unit in the NFL. They see his versatility as the missing piece, a player who can thrive in zone runs, power schemes, and even as a pass catcher out of the backfield. But it's not just about the on-field fit. The ripple effects are even more dramatic. Think about the NFC landscape with Hubbard in Detroit. Do the Eagles, 49ers, or Cowboys have an answer for a running back of this caliber? The answer shrinks day by day if this deal goes through. And the ripple extends beyond just the NFC. The league would have to reevaluate how they defend Detroit's offense, which would suddenly be much more unpredictable, balanced, and dangerous. Now, what about the worst-case scenario? What if the trade falls apart at the last minute? It's still an indication of how serious and close this deal truly is. The Lions are willing to make bold moves, and sources tell me that Campbell and GM Brad Holmes have already prepared contingency plans that involve other explosive players, maybe even in the defensive secondary or at wide receiver. But the core idea remains. Detroit is aiming for a game-changing acquisition, and Hubbard's name keeps surfacing as the primary target. And here's where the storyline gets even richer. Rumors suggest that the Panthers are not just looking to rebuild, but they're eyeing the big prize, a quarterback who can eventually replace Bryce Young. If they can secure draft capital and a seasoned lineman or linebacker in the Hubbard deal, they might accelerate their rebuild while securing a future star at the most critical position. The league whispers that Carolina might even flip some of those picks in a later deal for a veteran signal caller, adding even more layers to this complex puzzle. But I want to leave you with this, the most astonishing part of all. The narrative that I've uncovered indicates that both sides believe this trade could happen within the next 48 hours. The engines are already firing, and I've been told that meetings are happening as I speak. The lines of communication are open, the deal is on the table, and all that remains is the final signature. So, what do you think? Could this be the beginning of a new dynasty in Detroit? Or is this just another false alarm, a league echo chamber feeding rumors? Either way, I promise you, the truth is closer than ever, and I'll stay on top of every detail. Because in this game, the difference between good and great is a single move, a single player, and right now, that player's name is Chuba Hubbard. Now, stay with me, because what I'm about to unveil next might blow the roof off everything you thought you knew. The insider details, the real mechanics, the hidden agendas, it's all coming. Because when this deal drops, it won't just be news, it'll be history in the making. Get ready, football fans. The storm is almost here.